And thank you so much to Bill for talking to us again. So many of you again getting in touch saying that you've been, somebody you know or yourself have been to go to the doctor specifically because of Bill and Stephen Fry talking about their prostate cancer. We wanted to also give you more information to talk about symptoms, what you should do. We're joined now by Angela Culhane from the Prostate Cancer UK charity. Morning.
Good morning.
I mean, so much to come out of that, and as I say, we've been inundated with messages. I suppose the most important thing, though, is to say, right, OK, so what are the things people should be looking out for?
Well, just can I first say a huge, huge thank you to Bill for sharing his story. I mean, what a lovely man, and what a great thing to do when he and his family are facing such a difficult situation, to have actually taken the trouble to then share his story. And obviously thank you to Stephen Fry as well, because we can see what an impact that's had. The symptoms to look out for are changes in the urinary function, so getting up to go to the toilet at night, increased needing to go to the toilet more, dribbling perhaps, or difficulty in starting to urinate, or indeed in emptying the bladder. Those sorts of things. There are quite a lot of things. They can find out more information on the Prostate Cancer UK website of all of the different things. But any changes with the urinary function, that's the key thing to look out for. But what I should say, just before people get too worried about the symptoms side of things, or just think that's the answer, is actually that there are no symptoms from early stage prostate cancer very, very often.
Right. So how do you catch it?
Well, the key thing is to be aware about your risk factors, first of all, and there are 3 risk factors. So the first risk factor is ethnicity. So a black man has twice the risk that the rest of the population do. So it's 1 in 4 black men will get prostate cancer in their lifetime. It's 1 in 8 for the whole population. So very important for black men to be particularly on the lookout. Then it's family history. So if you have a father or brother who's had prostate cancer, you're 2.5 times more likely to get it. So very important, again, to be alert. And then the third factor is age, and it's men over 50. That's when the risk starts to increase. And what we would say is for anyone in any of those risk categories, they should really consider going to their GP, having a conversation with the GP about whether to get tested, or if they just want some more information, having a look at the Prostate Cancer UK website or calling our specialist nurses.
You know, I think a lot of men are bad about going to the doctor generally, and probably particularly bad about going to the doctor when it's about prostate possibilities, because they'll be worried about, what's that going to involve in terms of an examination? Is it going to be embarrassing? What happens? You're 50 years old or 55 years old, you think you might have some symptoms, is it going to be embarrassing? Is it going to be invasive?
Well, the first test is a simple blood test. It's called the PSA test, simple blood test. The only issue with that is it's not very accurate, so that's why you need to think a little bit about that.
So it's like an indication of a...
It's an indication, but it isn't the whole answer. Okay. So there may then be other tests, but you don't have to have any of the other... There's a digital rectal examination, which is what some people worry about, but really what we hear from men who've had that and been tested is it's over in seconds, and better to know than not to know. But just to build on that, because the test is not that great, what we really need to get to is a better way of testing, and that's something that can be used then for a national screening programme. That's what we'd like to see, and that's what the research that Prostate Cancer UK is undertaking is going to work towards. That's what we want.
Thank you so much. And as you said, so many people praising Bill, Stephen Fry for talking out, and this is making a difference to lives. Janet says, my husband asked for a blood test on a routine visit to the doctor after seeing Bill, Stephen and other celebrities talking about prostate cancer in April this year. He had no symptoms whatsoever. If it wasn't for men like Bill, he would never have asked for the test. He's just finished chemotherapy, will have radiotherapy in the new year, and the results so far have been good. So heartfelt thanks, Janet says, and she won't be alone in this, to all the brave men who have publicised this disease.
Absolutely.
Striking how many people say they didn't have any symptoms before they went to the doctor as well. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.